What's up, guys? Welcome where the Minnesota Wild again lost, this time to the Edmonton Oilers, 4-1. Hey, it's kind of happening. It's Groundhog's Day again. And once again, we deserve to lose. We played an awful game where nothing clicked, starting off with the first goal where Dubnyk makes a mess of a simple shot. Shot from Donald Nurse from the point. Dubnyk should have had it. But after that, the team completely collapsed around him. And Dubnyk absolutely has to have that one. I've viewed Dubnyk a few times. That one you have to have as an NHL goalie. I don't care who you are. I don't care what role you are. I could have made that save. And I shouldn't be saying that about an NHL goalie who I praised so many times this season. He has been a great player this season. That shot should not have gone in. And that is a terrible start. And you could see it on the team who after that prolapsed around him, which is just not okay. What we wanted was to see us actually trying to progress and actually show that we can play without Koivu. I did not see any of that. And guess what? The replacement for Koivu actually was our best player. Eriksson was playing probably one of his better games as Minnesota Wild. I think that may have been his best game as a Minnesota Wild. He played amazing hockey. He was tenacious. He was in the zones. He was in the shooting lanes. He was already there. He played a really solid game. However, the rest of the team around him just didn't perform at all. And this one is not just on that we have some injuries. No, we could have done, but we could have had Connor McDavid change teams in the midway period, and we were still off because the rest of the team did not perform anywhere near up to standard. Look at the body language after the first goal. Go back and watch the first goal. It's a terrible goal. Look at the body language from the players afterwards. No response, no tenacious energy about him. Granlund looked like he just had cement in his boot. He didn't look like he cared. And I was after Twitter saying, I want a fire sale. And I said this last time against Edmonton. Oddly enough, Edmonton is just the poison to start me saying yard sale. But I said on Twitter, fire sale. Let's have a fire sale. Everyone is in the firing line. Granlund, Zucker, every one of those in the firing line. And I love Jason Zucker. I love Granlund normally. I love Spurgeon normally. However, if you cannot perform at this level, somebody who is on the Minnesota should not be tomorrow. This season is going to be a mess. And honestly, let's embrace the flipping tank. At this point, let's embrace some kind of structure to maybe be sellers. Because I know we're in a wildcard play. Good. But we have 4, maybe 5 teams in the West that legit has a shot at the Stanley Cup. The rest of the team that is there just is on the basement. Should we be a playoff team? No. Absolutely not. A performance like that is not playoff worthy. It is not Calder Cup worthy. The second goal, Granlund didn't care. Brodin gets stuck with 2 players. The guy backtracking, I think it's Stahl, doesn't get his man. Easy tap in. We get a goal. Way Eriksson, who played well. Thank you, Eriksson. Thank you for showing that. That was a great game, and I will give you a pass. Holy hell, you played well. And I am so happy to see Eriksson do something. And that was something I needed to see. But in the third period, we just did not show up at all. At all. We let them have, again, a stupid power play where the ref may have gone too much on a tackle by Zucker. They call it, okay, we can defend a power play, right? Oh, nope, we can't because we stand in a really weird box that is almost a rectangle rather than a square. Which means that we don't cover the side guys. So when they get it on the side, we scramble over there. Gets the guy on the lower half behind the goal. Nobody covers him. All of a sudden we scramble to him. And then there's a right open middle where Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is. That's a bad guy to leave open. He scores 3-1 and game over. Because we don't have a power play. We get a power play early on. Let's get back out. Nope, we can't because we don't play a well power play without having Dumba who shoots. Where are our leaders? Leadership. Suter, Parise, Stahl. One of those needs to step up. Please. This should not be on a guy who literally just came up from Iowa to lead the line. No. One of those leaders needs to step up. None of them did. And when Dubnyk has a bad game, which he incidentally had, I already talked about that shitty first goal. But once he has a bad game, the game just prolapses and we look like we are the flattest team in the NHL and we should be playing in the ECHL or WHL, whatever you want to call the league in the West. And I don't know if they have an ECHL. And they got an engineer from Jack. Yeah, who cares? Again, I don't give a damn about that. We lose a game, which we deserve to lose, at home against the Edmonton Oilers. How exactly did we do this? How did we go from winning again, having a really good stretch, and then just completely have a good stretch? Oh, nope, throw it on the ground and just completely step on it, and just for good measure take a dump on it. Life as a Minnesota Wild fan suck. So here we are. Crossroad. What do we do? I asked last video, I still don't know. What do we do? Do we go for any kind of picks? Do we sell which team want what? Who do we sell who to? How much should we ask for them? Stuff like that. Please let me know, because right now I'm just deflated. One last thing from the game. Bruce Boudreau after the game said that this performance was not the team he knew for 2.5 years. Which I will give him. This is not the team that I saw when I started watching the Minnesota Wild. This is not the same team. The same characters, the same people, the same energy around the team. This looks like a team who's just given up on the season and then just gone, I can't get a paycheck. What Bruce Boudreau also said was that this game was kind of the final straw in terms of figuring out, are we a playoff team or not? I don't know, Bruce. I don't know. But it was the final straw. We don't have a lot of chances. St. Louis is coming up. We have a lot of teams chasing us in the standings. Vancouver is chasing us somehow. But yeah, we have a lot of teams chasing us, and if we don't right this ship, and if the players don't get the cement out of the boots, if they don't figure out how to start skating, how to start working, if the work effort doesn't get better, we can kiss those playoff hopes goodbye, and we can sink faster, and maybe even get overtaken by the flipping Blackhawks, which incidentally would be the worst kind of season little kick in the balls, wouldn't it? And Blackhawks fan, no offense to you, but you aren't great this season. You lost your starting goalie, and after that you haven't done well until after the All-Star game, where you have done fine. But let's be honest, you aren't a good team. So being overtaken to you, what does that say about us? But yeah, I'll leave it with that one negative video. I'll be back after this New Jersey Devils game, and we'll see what happens then. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.